Okay, so since this is where all the Breaking Dawn stuff is going, that's why this is being uploaded onto this channel. I was just watching the EW interview with Stephanie Meyer, and I gotta say, what? First minute, what? Are you serious? Number one, I have been saying for a bit, and that Stephanie Meyer is just a little bit arrogant. She's a little. This proves it even more that she's a little arrogant. Not only that, but kind of selfish. I mean, I'd probably see selfish too. Like when I write for me too. Like, so I can't really criticize her on that because that's what I do. They are my characters. They go where I want them to go, although sometimes they get away from me and they do their own stuff, but that's how characters develop, right? So you can't really be mad about her being selfish, but what? The Rob effect? What? Like, I was just, like, completely baffled by that for, like, 10 seconds. I was like, whoa, pause, what happened? If she seriously thinks that the hate for Breaking Dawn is comparable to the initial hate for Bert, she is horribly mistaken. Bert is human, okay? We can get updates on his performance, how he's doing, what he thinks about his role as Edward, so it's easier to initially hate him and then be like, oh, okay, he's not as bad as I thought he was. I can accept this. He changed, thus we can, grow to embrace that. Breaking Dawn is definitely a book. Breaking Dawn will never change. It will always be the way that it is, and there's really no way to get around that. Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can't like it later and be like, oh, I see what she did. I see what she did. Now it makes sense. It doesn't work. For any of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I will do a quick recap. EW interviewer said, fan reaction to Breaking Dawn has been wild in both directions. They have been like, I love this book, and some people were like, I have questions about this book. That's a nice way of saying, people hate it. But, anyway, why do you think that is? And then Stephanie Meyer says, well, I've actually named it the Rob effect. For some reason, it seems like the fans take a couple of days to get used to something, and it was most obvious when they announced who was going to be playing Edward, and everyone freaked out, and there was all this online controversy, and now everyone completely loves Rob. So I knew that it was going to be an interesting ride for a lot of people. They had their idea of what was going to happen, and if the book didn't match up, they were going to have a problem with that. And of course, the book didn't match up to what everyone imagined, so I was expecting it. And I'm hoping that after they have a chance to think about the ending I wrote, it'll grow on them. That's on BS. Tough luck, lady. That hate ain't going nowhere. Because that book's not changing. Maybe if you rewrite it, people might like it better. I don't know. Maybe. But, there will definitely be no Rob effect for this book. I'm sorry. So, drop your arrogance because it's getting old real fast. But I'm going to talk about more of that later. I just wanted to comment on that completely retarded statement, the Rob effect, for a book. No. Sorry, Steph. It doesn't work.